If you have bad credit, or fair credit for that matter, and you're looking for an emergency line of credit, here is a review that you need to really pay attention to. Number 8, we have Regions. Our score, 8.1 over 10. So what we love about Regions is that we love 3 things about Regions. Number 1, we love their customer service. Fantastic customer service. Number 2, we love the flexibility they have for you when it comes to an emergency line of credit. And the third thing we love is that they are very generous. Regions Bank is very generous. Check this out. They will approve you for an emergency line of credit for a maximum $50,000. Think about it. No collateral required, so this is unsecured, okay? And you can use the cash to finance a constellation of projects. That's what we love. That's what I was talking about, the flexibility. The only thing that we don't, it's not about not liking it. Regions is geo-restricted, so Regions is not available nationally, so you have to be present in the geography that they cover, so the states where they're present. But other than that, Regions is a fantastic bank. They're really fast. They'll take care of you. They'll review your application for a mid-tier bank. They actually are pretty fast. They'll review your application and approve you for an emergency line of credit within 3 days maximum. 3 days. And we have seen cases where they approved the applicants within 2 days, which again is really fantastic because a lot of banks are usually very slow when it comes to line of credit, especially emergency line of credit. Okay, so Regions Bank, our score 8.1 over 10. One thing I want to say here also is that it's better to actually apply for a Regions Bank emergency line of credit at a branch. Okay, so let's say you are near a branch, just go to a branch, or you just first give them a call. Now, the thing is, they give you the option to apply over the app. They do have an app, so you can apply via mobile, or you can apply online. You can apply online, okay, on a desktop, but it's just a lot easier to go to a branch, have a conversation with the loan rep, and you can explain to them why you need the emergency line of credit for, and they'll let you know the paperwork that you need to qualify. Okay, but maximum $50,000. We have seen people actually, so the minimum goes from $1,000 to $2,000. Okay, the APR is flexible too. So number 8. Number 7, we have BMO Harris. Our score 8.3 over 10. By the way, welcome back to the show. And it's really very wonderful to have you here. I'm just talking to you about emergency line of credit, fair credit, or bad credit. And so number 7, BMO Harris. And the good thing about BMO Harris is that BMO Harris is also very flexible, okay? And BMO Harris will get you the funds you need real fast. We love BMO Harris for that. So you're looking at average 2 to 4 days, okay? And the thing is that you can apply online if you want to, which is a possibility with BMO Harris. But as usual, we advise all our viewers to apply for an emergency line of credit at a branch, okay? And it's just a lot better. You get all the intel that you need before applying before submitting your application, and this will really be very helpful to you. So let me give you the details about this loan, this line of credit. So with BMO Harris, you can be approved for anything between $2,000 all the way to $30,000 to $35,000, and sometimes they will go to $50,000 for an emergency line of credit if you have the right relationship with BMO Harris. Okay, and so you only pay interest on what you use. So this is kind of cool. Okay, and you make so BMO Harris, they actually have 2 options. So you have a pay as you go, or you have the draw line, and then you have the repayment period. So you have the draw period and the repayment period. So those are the 2 phases. The APR can be as low as 16%. Okay, and you can use the cash for a constellation of initiatives, home improvements, emergency funds. You can use it for debt consolidation. If you are trying to plan your perfect wedding, this could be an option also. Education expenses, managing cash flows. It really. So you have a lot of options, okay? And if you want more information, just call BMO Harris 1-888-340-2265. 1-888-340-2265. So BMO Harris, 8.3 over 10. Number six, we have KeyBank. Our score, 8.5 over 10. So, by the way, just want to quickly remind you to this topic. We're having a conversation about the top 8 emergency lines of credit for fair or bad credit and large approval. So, number 6, we have KeyBank. Our score, 8.5 over 10. So, with KeyBank, you have 2 primary types of lines of credit. They have the preferred line of credit, and they have the key basic personal line of credit. The preferred line of credit is more generous. The other one is not really generous. I'll be honest with you. So when we talk about the preferred line of credit, you have a line amount that goes from $2,000 to $25,000. The APR is variable, okay, and those 2 lines of credit are unsecured, so there's no collateral required. This is kind of cool. And so that's for the preferred line of credit. And then you have the key basic personal line of credit. So here you have loan amounts that goes from $250,000 all the way to $5,000. Okay. And in both cases, you can use the line of credit to sort of offset any overdraft that you have in your KeyBank checking accounts. So the bank allows you to use the line of credit to sort of cover any temporary drop in your cash flows, so that you're not really paying NSF fees like crazy, okay? Because KeyBank is known for charging very, very high NSF fees. What I want to see here is that it's just a lot better. You know, the application process is similar to what I said about BMO and Regions. Even though you can apply online or via mobile app, it's just a lot better. That's what we've seen based on 25 to 30 years of research and practical experience, that it's just a lot better. Your chances of approval go way higher if you apply at a branch. Okay, so I'll say the same thing, apply at a branch. Okay, so be sure before you go to KeyBank which lines of credit that you are interested in. Okay, for both you can actually get either or as an emergency line of credit, not a problem. Okay, just have your paperwork. Yeah, obviously KeyBank is also geo restricted, so they're not available in all 50 states. So you have to make sure that you qualify in terms of your geography. Number 5, we have a Fifth Third. Our score, 8.8 over 10. What we love about Fifth Third, we love 2 things about Fifth Third. They are really fast and they're very generous. Fifth Third is really, really, really generous. I mean, it's just crazy. Okay, coming from a mid-tier bank, their generosity is really surprising. Check this out. So when you think about line of credit options with the Fifth Third, you have several of them. But the bottom line is that they give you line amounts that go from $5,000 to, check this out, $100,000. Okay. The only thing is, when you get that $100,000, you need to have, for all lines of credit, you need to have up to 10% of verified liquid assets. Okay. They're not asking you to pledge those assets as collateral, but they just want to make sure that you have up to 10% for whatever line amount you want to be qualified for, that you have those, you can demonstrate that those are really yours. I just want to emphasize once again 2 words: verified and liquid. Liquid means what? They can be sold real quick. They can be converted into cash real quick. And verified, in other words, the bank, Fifth Third, must have a positive assurance that those assets are yours. Okay, so once you pass those two tests, you have a 5-year draw period followed by a 10-year repayment period. The APR will oscillate from 9.75% to 11.25%. So there is a charge. They do charge you an annual fee of $65 that is waived the first year, but overall you have funds there available via online transfer, checks, phone, or branch. Okay, so Fifth Third is a great bank. So if you want to learn more, just give them a call, 1-866-671-5353. 1-866-671-5353. The cool thing about Fifth Third is that they have an unsecured line of credit But if you want to also borrow more, they do have a secure line of credit where they grant line amounts from 5,000 to half a million. And here you can pledge collateral. So you can pledge collateral between 50% to 100% of collateral. Okay. You have a 20-year draw period with balance due at maturity. And the APR here is way lower. You are looking at 7.5% to 10.25%. Okay. So, and funds are available via online transfer, checks, phone, or in branch. So this is really good. And overall, Fifth Third is a great institution. We love them a lot. So Fifth Third, 8.8 over 10. Number 4, we have Truist. Our score, 9 over 10. Truist is another bank that's kicking ass like crazy. They are really good, especially after the merger. They really got a lot of their stuff together. I mean, before the merger, BB&T and SunTrust, they were having some problems individually, but when they got together, it's just great. So the final result is just fantastic. So with Truist, they have a personal line of credit. And the interesting thing about their emergency line of credit for fair or bad credit is that they only have a minimum 5,000, which means the maximum could be $1 million or $1 billion. I'm just kidding, but there's no maximum. They'll actually set your emergency line of credit for fair credit or bad credit based on your application. Okay, and so if you are interested, I want you to start the conversation by calling Truist. Give them a call, and then maybe you might want to go to a branch afterwards to finalize the paperwork. Okay, so the number here is the 844-487-8478, and so there's no fee for the application, no fee for cash advance or annual fees. You have variable rates that start at 12.94%. Okay, now if you want to have the lowest rate, you need to have excellent credit. Okay. So what we love about Truist is that you can expect fast decisions and same-day funding, depending on your application. Okay, and you can access to cash with Truist online banking and mobile app. So this is really good. So you can use a Truist emergency line of credit for a lot of things. You can actually get revolving access to cash. You can add extra purchasing power. You can get ready for unplanned expenses. A lot of stuff happens. And you have to be ready, right? That's just what it is. And so, but overall, what we love about Truist is that this bank is constantly adding new stuff. This bank is constantly kicking ass. They're really constantly innovating. And we love that a lot. I mean, you love that innovative spirit. And one thing I want to say also is that their customer service really is stellar. Really fantastic customer service. Again, you have a lot of banks that are doing a lot of stuff. Sometimes we criticize on this show, but hey, listen, when a bank is doing something fantastic, we have to say it too. So, hey, Truist, kudos to you guys. Fantastic. Your emergency line of credit for fair or bad credit. Our score, 9 over 10. Number 3, we have U.S. Bank. Our score, 9.2 over 10. The thing about U.S. Bank is that, first of all, they are, I would say, generous. Okay, U.S. Bank is generous. The only thing is, that generosity comes at a cost. They are very thorough in their application process. I mean, they'll just check everything you send them. They are very thorough. It takes a while to verify your documents, but once you pass that stage, they actually release funds real quick, really quick. You can get funded within 1 day. That's why if you want to get an emergency line of credit with fair or bad credit from U.S. Bank, make sure that you actually start the process a lot earlier. Okay. In terms of APR, the APR goes from 11.75% to 21.75%. Okay, and what I want to say here is that you have a quick application process. This is really good. Now, U.S. Bank does not communicate their maximum or minimum, the range for a line of credit, but based on our experience, it goes from 1,000 all the way to 50,000. Okay, and so the cool thing is, if you are already a U.S. Bank checking account customer, you can start your application in the mobile app through online banking by visiting a branch or by calling 1-800-491-3150. 1-800-491-3150. Our advice, you know already, go to a branch. Okay, you'll need your social security number. So you need your social. You also need your home address and employment information. And as I said, KeyBank, they verify everything. They'll verify your employment. They'll call your employer in some cases. Okay, they will see your pay stub. They will ask for your last 2 or 3 tax returns. So it's really deep. Okay, they ain't playing there. And but the cool thing is, as I said, if your line of credit is approved, funds are available within 1 business day of closing. Okay, and you may close your line of credit online, though some customers may need to visit a U.S. bank branch. This is why I was just telling you earlier. It's just a lot better to do everything at a branch. Start everything at a branch, and everything at a branch. Number 2, I want to talk to you about PNC. Our score, 9.3 over 10. The cool thing about PNC is that they're really fast. Their customer service is stellar. And PNC will actually, if you are good clients, they may reduce your APR. This is really good. And now they're not the most generous of banks on this list, because they will only approve you from $1,000 to $25,000. And if you happen to be in California, the amount even goes lower. So if you're in California, the maximum line amount you can get is $5,000. I don't know why. Probably has to do with California sort of a banking regulations. But hey, it is what it is. But PNC is fast. That's the good thing. And if you start the process at a branch, if you talk to someone before, you stand a chance to get things faster. Okay, so if you need it, here is the phone number in case you want to call someone. So 1-877-CALL-PNC. 1-877-CALL PNC. So Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. through 10 p.m. Eastern, and Saturday through Sunday, 8 a.m. through 5 p.m. Eastern. Okay, and so that's kind of cool. And what we love about PNC is that, and they are one of the few banks that have a service like that. If you are a service member, if you're either an active or inactive member of the military, you can actually you will find a very friendly bank at PNC. It's just fantastic. As a matter of fact, they have a department that caters to specifically to service members. Okay, and if you are interested, here's a number: 1-844-PNC-SCRA. 1-844-762-7272. The SCRA's this stands for the Service Members Civil Relief Act. Okay, so this is really cool. But overall, this is a great bank. We'll love them a lot, and yeah, it's just fantastic. One thing I want to say also, and this is important to know, is that PNC will they will ask you for your tax returns. So have your tax returns when you're contacting them. And make sure that you are responsive when they ask you for additional information. The thing is that PNC they're really fast, but you have to match their pace. Otherwise, if they reach out to you and you start ghosting them, they'll drop your application like crazy, real quick, because they're really busy. And the thing is, a lot of applicants wants to get an emergency line of credit for fair credit or bad credit through PNC, because they know they're really good. Number 1, the best of the best in our view when it comes to emergency line of credit, big approval, fair or bad credit, Citi. Citi is only good for emergency lines of credit. But if you were to go for a regular line of credit, it will be another player. But for emergency line of credit for big approval, Citi is your go-to bank. Okay, and our score 9.6 over 10. Now we love a couple of things with Citi. First of all, we love the fact that Citi is constantly trying to. They don't have the best customer service around. Okay, Citi is Citi. Okay, you can't do anything about it. But it's just that the bank has the balance sheet. The bank has the resources to fund a variety of lines of credit. So at Citi, they do have their checking plus variable rate line of credit, And this is the line of credit that provides the overdraft protection that you need to make bounce checks a thing of the past. Now, this line of credit is not just for overdraft protection. No. Originally, it was conceived as a line of credit for overdraft protection, but over time, they were able to adapt it to the changing needs of the client. Okay, so you can get approved all the way to $100,000 if you have the right relationship with Citi. Obviously, you got to have a relationship. You got to have a relationship with Citi, okay? Because the APR that they charge on this line of credit changes based on the relationship status that you have with them. For example, if you have a Citi Gold, if you are a Citi Gold account holder, the APR is 19.50%. If you have a Citi Priority status, the APR is still the same. But if you have a basic account, basic banking status, the APR goes really higher. It's like 22.50%. So you can see that Citibank is really trying to reward their most loyal and their richer. Let's just say it. I mean, it is what it is. They're trying to reward their richer clients. So again, Citi Priority 19.50, Citi Gold 19.50, and basic banking package 22.50. You can see that you have a delta of 300 points. Okay, from 1950 to 2250, you have 300 points. That's just crazy, but it is what it is. Before I do a recap, first I want to thank you for your attention. Before I do a recap here, please check out this video about our loan evaluation approach. We do have a very rigorous method on this show when it comes to evaluating, classifying, categorizing, and listing emergency lines of credit. Check this out. All right, let's do a quick recap here. Number one, we have Citi 9.6 over 10. Number two, we have PNC 9.3 over 10. Number three, we have US Bank 9.2 over 10. Number four, we have Truist 9 over 10. Number five, we do have a Fifth Third 8.8 over 10. Number six, we have KeyBank 8.5 over 10. Number seven, we have BMO Harris 8.3 over 10. Number eight, we have Regions, our score 8.1 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.